Omar is complaining about an email that Tesla sent. Terrible email wording from Tesla. He says this was supposed to list what was included with FSD. Instead, many people now think they are getting these features for free as they are included in the autopilot you're going back to. So someone's full self-driving trial is ending on April 28th, and it says subscribe to keep enjoying full self-driving capability. After this date, your car switches back to autopilot, includes navigate on autopilot, auto park, auto lane change, smart summon, response to traffic lights and stop signs, auto steer on city streets. You can purchase FSD in your Tesla account. Yeah, this is ouch. Please fix this, Tesla. Just write FSD includes or full self-driving includes. That email also has a typo, so I'm hoping this is not a real email, but Omar does not bash Tesla with fake stuff. I mean, he's a huge Tesla bull. If you are a Tesla employee watching this, please let your management know about this situation. Also, Tesla is no longer mentioning parking related features in FSD, which in my opinion allows Tesla to recognize a larger share of the profits up front. Does it also mean that new FSD licenses not include summon, banish, etc.? I think new licenses include that, but I guess if Tesla does not advertise that FSD includes that, you can recognize a bigger portion of that FSD revenue immediately. I personally, though, I never use it, but Omar says it can be super useful for getting your car in and out of tight spaces. Maybe I'll give it a try. There's also another person complaining about an email from Tesla when he subscribed to FSD. It first said auto steer on city streets is coming later this year. And by definition, when you turn on FSD, I mean the car does everything, including steering. So this is going to be wildly confusing to some customers, because if someone reads the email first before driving the car, they're going to think, oh, so the car doesn't drive in the city? I need to steer the steering wheel? What does that mean? When will Tesla release full self-driving unsupervised? This poll is almost over. Within 12 months, say 31% of the voters, 1 to 3 years, 42%, 3+ years, almost 20%, never 7.3%. And Dylan says that 31% of the people voting for this option that says FSD will be solved within 12 months is way too high. I think people are setting themselves up for disappointment, he says. I think I would have to not disagree with that statement. I mean, I will be extremely happy and thrilled if it does happen within 12 months. And if progress keeps continuing so quickly, it is possible. All I'm saying is I'm definitely not counting on that. However, GPT sort of came out of nowhere. So I think to a lot of people, that's how FSD is going to feel. To them, it's just going to come out of nowhere. And eventually, there's going to be a time when we do a poll like this, and within 12 months, it actually gets released. Eventually, it will happen. Just, is it going to be in the next 12 months? And overall, this chart, I think, is not wrong. We human beings have a hard time thinking in exponentials. Sawyer posted this. There's a small number of highly promising and viable robotaxi-specific FSD neural nets in development. Dojo-based data center in New York is getting close. The promising neural networks are quite a secret that only a few folks have access to. And that's good, because we don't want that to get out to the public or get leaked to the competition. This comes from one of the hosts at Bloomberg. NVIDIA-based data center in Austin is proving expensive. GPU supply and compute constraints held back FSD progress, but Dojo did to some extent unlock that. It's good to see mainstream journalists covering FSD. This is not an edge case. This is LA traffic. This is a robotaxi. Okay, I skipped the first minute because there wasn't much going on, but now there's some action happening, and this seems perhaps more difficult than the Chuck's turn, because you have a lot more cars going. Now, they are not going as fast, so it's not as dangerous, but more difficult? Yeah, maybe. Oh.
Right. Now we have to go left.
Okay, this is an edge case on top of an edge case on top of an edge case.
And we made it.
Wow. And here's FSD dodging a few abandoned shopping carts. You can see them right there. The car slows down. Doesn't go fast, but doesn't stop. It's going just like a person would. Maybe a person would go a bit faster, but it did it Well, and I think this is pretty typical behavior of FSD. I don't think this was, one time out of 100, then it didn't fail completely. No, from my experience, this is pretty typical behavior from FSD. Elon Musk just replied to this post and he made a pretty big statement. According to James Dama, Elon and Tesla can see up to 6 months ahead of what the public has access to. If V12.4 should indeed arguably be called V13, according to Musk, he's likely seen a breakthrough. So the real question is, what has Elon Musk seen this past few weeks that led him to multiply the number, first-time FSD users via free trial, reduce FSD to $99 a month, announce the robotaxi unveiling, which is scheduled on August 8th. Elon replies with, James is largely correct. We know roughly what the car will do in 3 to 6 months. When a more advanced AI model is trained, it will have several breakthroughs, but also dozens of bugs where it performs much worse. It takes a few months to fix those bugs and complete safety tests. And what you are seeing now is suggesting you need to work on the robotaxi faster, asks Omar. In China, they just got new updates and UI looks a bit different. This is not FSD, by the way, because this is in China, but the new user interface looks pretty good. I like it. Elon Musk replied to this post as well. My favorite aspect to the race to self-driving cars is Tesla has made claims that will be falsifiable in the long run, the biggest of which, that LiDAR is dead, time will tell. And now he has, I have had FSD for a week and it's obvious you definitely 100% do not need LiDAR. Humans don't shoot lasers out of their eyes to drive, although that would be kind of cool. Dylan though says, I don't know, man.